Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and as we all know, the upcoming third episode of Game of Thrones Season 8 is going to be this huge battle of the North against the dead at Winterfell. We've been told it's like the craziest battle that's ever been filmed. And because there was pretty much no death in the first two episodes, I think it's fair to assume that this episode is going to be a freaking bloodbath. So I thought it'd be fun to do a video ranking my predictions about who's going to die. Fun! I'm not a book reader and I don't know the show the way some people do. I'm just basing my predictions kind of on my gut and things that I've seen in this season and previous seasons, so there will be spoilers ahead, and hopefully I'm remembering stuff correctly. For the record, I'm just concerning myself with the major characters that were there at the end of the last episode, and so I'll rank from most likely to die to least likely to die, along with a admittedly rather arbitrary percentage and my reasoning. So, let's go. First up, I hate to say it, but 99% chance Theon Greyjoy is a dead man. Dude's been through hell and back. He returned to fight for the North at Winterfell. He's gonna guard Brienne in the Godswood, and I think he's gonna die, and that sacrifice will be the final arc of his redemption. 99%. Following him, Gendry. Look, he's armed the entire North with dragonglass tipped weaponry. He gave Arya what she needed. And I think he served his purpose. 95%. This one's gonna suck, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. Ser Jorah. Him telling Dany that it broke his heart when she named Tyrion Hand, but then he vouches for him anyway, like that's pretty telling. And Daenerys needs Tyrion's mind, not so much Jorah's sword. Plus, when Sam gives him Heartsbane and he says he's gonna wield it in Jeor's memory, there's something poetic there. 90%. Next up, Greyworm. Look, don't make plans with your loved one on the eve of battle. Have you never watched TV? 88%. Tormund Giantsbane. I love this dude. I don't want him to die. But he survived the attack at Eastwatch, and then he told the story of the giant's milk in famous last words. 85%. Beric Dondarrion. Look, Thoros of Myr is no longer around to bring him back. He's always believed he's had a higher purpose, and maybe dying on the battlefield is quite apt. And hey, maybe he'll die in Dragonfire or something. Lord of Light approved. 83%. Podrick Payne seems to have reached the end of his purpose. He squired for Tyrion and for Brienne. He was training to become a fighter, and he's gotten better, but he's still really not that good. I think there's a good chance he dies trying to protect either Brienne or Tyrion. 80%. Speaking of Brienne of Tarth. She's amongst the most noble characters in the entire series, and she finally got what she really wanted. She got knighted, she also has Jaime's respect, and I think dying on the battlefield, particularly maybe protecting Sansa or Arya, I would say more likely Sansa, I think that would be glorious for her. 78%. Bran. Now we know he's gonna act as bait for the Night King in the Godswood. He's been marked by the Night King, and he's not even really Bran anymore. Plus, I don't feel like his abilities will really help with the war for the throne, for the Iron Throne. I think those abilities were there to help with the fight against the White Walkers, which could very well be over by the end of this episode. 75%. Jaime Lannister. I doubt he dies. I really doubt he dies in this episode, but I could see it. He's betrayed Cersei. He's fighting for the right side. His character has had an amazing character arc. And what if he dies killing the Night King? Kingslayer indeed. 50%. Now here's where we jump to the much more unlikely characters to die. Most of these characters, I think it's very unlikely they die in this episode, but let's keep going, because we're going. Missandei. I don't see it happening. Her counsel, her interpretation skills are still of use to Dany. Plus, other than just upping the kill count, I don't see the narrative purpose of killing her off in this episode. 40%. Ser Davos. Very unlikely again. He's got unfinished business with Melisandre, who did say she was going to be coming back to this strange country or whatever before the end, and I think we all want to see that. 35%. Arya. Arya's always been a warrior, and with that wicked new weapon that Gendry made her, I could see her dying in this episode going out like a boss in the battle, but again, she's still got her list, and I think they want to pay that off. 30%. The Hound. Nope, not happening. They spent too much time setting up Clegane Bull. He even said to him last season, like, you know who's coming for you. They're not going to just abandon that. 25%. Tyrion. I believe there's a good chance he dies before the end of the series, but not today. He's still Hand of the Queen, and I can't imagine the show will end without some kind of throwdown between him and Cersei, particularly after she hired Bronn to kill him. 20%. Sansa. No way. Again, and I keep saying this, but unfinished business with Cersei, and we all want to see that play out. 10%. Daenerys. Again, I don't buy this. Her road back to Westeros was just too long for her not even to get to King's Landing. If she does die, I figure it'll be in episode 5 or 6, but I do think she's going to get to the Red Keep before that happens. So in this episode, I don't know, 8%. Jon Snow, I would argue, has always been the protagonist of this series, and I believe he's gonna make it all the way to the finale, 2%. And finally, Samwell. I'm one of those guys that believes the theory that when this is all over, we're gonna find out that Samwell is the guy who documented all of the events and published them in the work, A Song of Ice and Fire. I think he's gonna live to the end of the story and tell the tale. So I don't know, 0.5%. So those were my predictions on who's gonna die in episode 3 based pretty much entirely on my gut. So now I wanna know, what do you guys think? Who do you think is gonna die? How do you think it's gonna happen? How would you rank it? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.